The story begins at a high school in Korea that has won the title of best school for the past 2 years. But the reality inside this school is very different. As usual, a car speeds into the school grounds. A boy named Sugang steps out. He acts like a gangster. With his group, he beats up anyone he wants, and no student dares to go against him. That day, Sugang and his friends brutally beat a boy named Jinong, who has been their main target for a long time. They have turned his life into hell through constant bullying. Another boy, Bongjin, watches everything. He wants to stand up to Sugang and teach him a lesson, but he is too weak to do anything. Sugang drags Jinong into the broadcasting room and beats him there. His screams are broadcast throughout the school as Sugang warns everyone that this will happen to anyone who goes against him. The students are terrified. The teachers hear everything, but no one steps in. After that, we are introduced to Seemin, a new teacher. She has been hired as a temporary teacher for 3 months. If she performs well, she will become a permanent teacher. Because of this, Seemin tries her best and keeps her behavior extremely polite and sweet. While Seemin is talking to another teacher, Kyung, the school dean passes by and makes a comment about Seemin's body. Both Seemin and Kyung hear it, but Seemin says nothing. Later, in the bathroom, Seemin finally lets out her anger. She messages her friend about what happened, but her friend is busy on duty and does not reply. Seemin calms herself and reminds herself that she has to behave well for 3 months if she wants to become a permanent teacher. At that moment, Kyung enters the bathroom with another teacher. That teacher asks Kyung whether she told Seemin the truth. She says that the teacher whose position Seemin has taken committed suicide. Seemin overhears everything. She immediately searches online and finds a news article confirming that the previous teacher took her own life after suffering from something unknown. Seemin is shocked. Kyung then calls Seemin. Seemin answers the call in the bathroom, puts on her earphones, and walks out pretending she was just listening to music. Kyung takes her to a room and shows her a video. In the video, Sugang and his group are harassing an old woman who sells kimbap. Seemin is shocked and asks if that boy is Sugang. Kyung confirms it. She explains that the old woman filed a case, but nothing happened. She also reveals that Sugang badly assaulted a student at his previous school and was transferred here instead of being punished. Kyung warns Seemin that she does not teach Sugang's class, which is why she has been safe so far. She advises her not to get involved. If Seemin wants to become a permanent teacher, she must ignore everything, act like she knows nothing, and never step in when students fight. Seemin agrees. Later, at her boxing gym, Seemin releases all her anger through training. A police officer friend, Jung, arrives. While practicing together, Seemin vents her frustration. Jung tells her that she should compete professionally since she knows taekwondo and other sports and could easily win a gold medal in boxing. Seemin refuses. She says she does not want to be an athlete and wants to focus on being a teacher. Jung mentions her father. This angers Seemin. She starts listing her father's mistakes. The relationship between Seemin and her father is bad, and she clearly dislikes him. Jung tells her that no matter what she says, she is exactly like her father and cannot tolerate injustice. Seemin denies it and says she only cares about herself now. While leaving, Seemin notices several masks. She tries on a cat mask and likes it. On her way home, she sees the same old woman from the video selling kimbap outside a shop. The shop owner chases the woman away. Seeing this, Seemin feels bad and goes to her, speaks kindly, and buys kimbap from her. From a distance, a boy named Yi Young watches this quietly. Back home, Seemin tells herself to focus only on her teaching job, though she keeps remembering the boxing match she once lost. The next day, Seemin returns to school. She continues behaving politely, teaches her classes, and even ignores students smoking, choosing not to get involved. But while Seemin is walking, she notices Jinong, the same student who was being bullied by Sugang earlier. Sugang has caught him again. Seemin remembers Kyung's warning, never get involved in students' fights. Because of that, she hides and watches from a distance. Sugang covers Jinong's mouth and kicks him down. They have already covered the CCTV, so nothing gets recorded. Seeing this, Seemin gets very angry. Just as she is about to step in, she notices Bongjin, who is secretly watching everything. He stops Seemin and tells her not to interfere. He warns her that if she gets involved, she will be in serious trouble. Bongjin explains that very few people know this, But Sugang's family has connections everywhere. The school trustees, lawyers, police officers, all are connected to his family. If she interferes, Sugang can easily get her removed from the school. Seamin is shocked to hear this. At that moment, Sugang is about to kick Jinong in the face. Seeing this, Seamin loses control. While pretending to talk on the phone, she suddenly steps in and hits Sugang instead, knocking him down. She immediately acts like it was an accident and scolds them, asking why they are standing in the hallway. Then she turns to Jinong and says that she thought he was a good student, so why is he involved in such behavior? She scolds him and sends him back to class. Then she looks at Sugang and asks if he is hurt. After saying this, she walks away. Sugang looks confused and asks who she is. His friends tell him that she is the new temporary teacher, hired to replace the teacher who committed suicide because of him. Hearing this, Sugang gets angry and starts hitting his own friends. He shouts that the teacher did not commit suicide because of him. That night, we see Bongjin again. He works at a restaurant. There, he is secretly learning how to fight from a man working at the same place. He wants to become strong enough to beat Sugang one day. That man is actually Seamin's father, who used to train boxers before quitting everything and opening a restaurant. Bongjin does not know that the man training him is Seamin's father. The next day at school, Seamin sees Jinong again. He looks completely broken. Seamin takes him to a room and talks to him. She asks if she should speak to the student department for him. Jinong tells her that he already did. They only told him to transfer to another school. Seamin is shocked. Jinong says that punishing Sugang is impossible for any teacher. Seamin also realizes that she herself is only a temporary teacher. If she makes a mistake, she might lose her chance to become permanent. Then Jinong begs her for help. He says he wants to live. He tells her that he also went to the police. But the police said they cannot do anything without evidence. After involving the police, he was beaten again, and one of Sugang's friends even recorded a video of it. Seamin asks him why he does not transfer to another school. As soon as she says this, she realizes she said something wrong and immediately apologizes. Jinong says he did nothing wrong. He never hurt anyone. That is why he will not leave the school and will not transfer. Jinong starts crying. At the same time, two boys secretly take a photo of Jinong and Seamin together. Later, Seamin talks to Kyung about Jinong's situation. But Kyung warns her again that getting involved will put her job at risk. Seamin returns home feeling helpless. At home, she sees cakes sent by Sugang's mother. She had sent cakes to all the teachers. Everyone at school happily accepted them. Seamin eats the cake and tells herself that she cannot help Jinong. Her job is at risk too. But then she remembers the moment when she lost a boxing match. She remembers how her father scolded her and told her that she was no longer his daughter. Remembering this, the next day Seamin goes straight to Sugang and his friends. She tells Sugang that she wants to talk. She tells him that he should stop bullying other students. Sugang raises his fist to punch her, but stops midway. He leans close to her ear and tells her to get lost. Seamin returns disappointed. Suddenly, she receives a message. She runs to the staff room. All the teachers have received the same message. Someone has reported the school to the Education Department's Violence Committee about the bullying and Sugang's behavior. The dean storms in angrily and asks who did it. At the same time, Sugang's mother arrives at the school with her lawyer. Seeing this, all the students are shocked. Sugang's mother personally coming to the school is a very big deal. Sugang's mother now asks all the teachers who filed a report against her son. Her lawyer steps forward and says this case falls under Criminal Code Article 307. If the reporting teacher is found wrong, they could face 5 years in prison and a 10 million won fine. Hearing this, Seamin freezes. She was the one who reported it. But Kyung speaks up and says that if the report is true, nothing will happen. The lawyer agrees and says that is why the matter can be discussed calmly. Sugang's mother suddenly loses her temper and starts hitting the lawyer himself. Then she turns to Kyung and asks if she filed the report again. She reminds her that the last time a report was made, the issue was settled quietly. So why now? She asks Kyung if her job means nothing to her. The dean tries to calm her down, but she yells at him instead. She tells him that if he wants to become principal next year, he better bring that teacher to her immediately. At that moment, Seamin panics, drops to her knees, and starts apologizing. She says it was her mistake. Sugang's mother slaps her and tells the dean to expel her immediately. Su-gang is standing nearby, holding Jinong, forcing him to watch everything. Later, Su-gang speaks privately with his mother and the dean. He tells them not to fire Si-min. If she leaves, he says, he won't be able to play with her anymore. The dean agrees. That night, Si-min sits alone, completely broken. Her police officer friend, Young, comes to see her. She talks about Su-gang, but Young says nothing can be done without evidence. If Jinong files a case without proof, it could backfire on him. Si-min feels even more helpless. Later, she runs into her father. They talk, but she snaps at him and walks away. While eating at a small shop, Su-gang suddenly appears with his entire group. They surround Si-min and start harassing her. Su-gang tells her she was spared from expulsion because of him, and from now on, she has to listen to him. He grabs her while Min-kyu records everything on video. After threatening her, they leave. Si-min is furious, but remembers Kyung's warning. If she reacts, things could get worse. As she walks away, a man bumps into her on the street. She apologizes, but the man explodes in anger. He hits her and shouts, asking how dare she bump into him. In that moment, she starts questioning herself. Was trying to protect someone really that wrong? She finally snaps. She kicks the man hard and walks away. A decision is made. Si-min runs straight to the gym. Meanwhile, Su-gang is playing basketball with his group. A collision with another team turns into a fight. Bong-jin, who had come to deliver food, sees the chaos and quietly leaves. Si-min watches everything from a distance. She puts on the cat mask, changes her appearance, and jumps into the fight. She attacks Su-gang directly. A brutal fight breaks out. Si-min uses her fighting skills and overwhelms him. Su-gang fights back hard, but for the first time he starts losing. Bong-jin and Jinong watch in shock. This is the first time they've ever seen Su-gang get beaten. Si-min lands a powerful punch. Su-gang collapses. His friends are stunned. This has never happened before. Suddenly, the police arrive. Everyone runs. Officer Young sees the masked figure fleeing and immediately recognizes her. Si-min feels relieved. For the first time, Su-gang was made to pay. Bong-jin also realizes the truth. The person behind the mask was their teacher, Si-min. The next day at school, rumors spread everywhere. A mysterious cat-masked fighter beats Su-gang badly. Teachers and students secretly feel satisfied. Out loud, they still act afraid of him. When Su-gang enters his classroom, he sees cats drawn all over his desk. He flips the desk over and demands to know who did it. No one answers. Kyung and the other teachers step in and calm things down. Su-gang storms out, furious. Inside, he keeps thinking, who was that masked person? That night, Su-gang and his group plan to bully Jinong again. At the restaurant, Bong-jin talks about Si-min to the owner. That's when he realizes the truth. The restaurant owner was Si-min's father. Meanwhile, Si-min feels happy wearing the mask. But Young tells her that he recognized her immediately that day. He reminds her that she is a teacher. She cannot go around wearing a mask and beating students. He tries to stop her and grabs the mask. During the struggle, the mask gets torn. Seeing this, Si-min throws Young to the ground. She then goes to a tailor shop and gets the mask stitched again. On the other side, Su-gang and his group start bullying Jinong again. They strip him, cover his face, and force him to go downstairs to buy fried chicken. Jinong somehow escapes and runs to Bong-jin's shop. Seeing Jinong in that condition, Bong-jin is shocked. He feels bad for him and immediately runs to call teacher Si-min. At the same time, Si-min looks at her stitched mask and hesitates. She thinks maybe this should stop now. She starts burning the mask. Just then, Bong-jin arrives and puts out the fire. He tells her that Su-gang is bullying Jinong again. Bong-jin then admits that he knows the truth. He says she was the one who beat Su-gang wearing the cat mask. He also says he felt happy seeing it. He was the one who called the police that night. And he was the one who spread the rumor in school about the masked fighter. He tells her she has to save Jinong again. Meanwhile, Jinong is completely exhausted. A worker hands him the chicken. That's when he sees a knife. He picks it up and decides to end everything today. At the same time, Su-gang is watching the video recorded by Min-kyu, the one where Jinong is being bullied. Su-gang laughs while watching it. Min-kyu is part of his group, but inside, she hates him. Just then, Si-min arrives wearing the mask. She finds Jinong's uniform lying there. Su-gang and his friends notice her. Su-gang throws a ball at her, but she dodges it. Another fight begins between Su-gang and Si-min. This time, Su-gang has the upper hand. Si-min is beaten badly. At the same moment, Jinong comes running with the knife. The fight becomes more intense. Simin starts fighting back harder. Then she sees Jinong approaching from behind. It becomes clear that Jinong is about to stab Sugang. Simin steps in to stop him. The knife hits Simin's hand instead. Sugang survives. He is shocked. Why did the masked person save his life? Jinong completely loses control. Minkayu records everything. Just then, the restaurant worker arrives. Simin is injured, so she leaves immediately. The man takes Jinong away as well. Sometime later, Simin is in the hospital. She has lost a lot of blood. The old woman who sells kimbap comes to the restaurant. It is revealed that she is Jinong's grandmother, the one he lives with. Jinong breaks down in tears. When Simin regains consciousness, her father and Officer Jung are there. Simin refuses to file a case. She knows Jinong would get trapped instead. Her father is furious at Sugang. That's when he notices the cat mask. Meanwhile, Sugang keeps thinking, why did that masked person save me? Later, Simin's father puts on the mask and goes to take revenge, but instead, he gets beaten badly. Simin rushes out and finds her father injured. After that, her father takes her home. On the way, he asks if she remembers the National Olympics final selection day. We are shown that Simin deliberately lost that match. Her father's gym was about to be auctioned. If she lost, the gym and the family would be saved, so she chose to compromise. Because of that, her father had disowned her and said she was dead to him. Now, while driving, he apologizes. He says he was wrong. Because of him, she had to give up her dreams. He starts crying. Simin also cries, then asks him to stop talking about it. The next day at school, Sugang and his group start checking everyone's hands. They believe the masked hero must have a knife wound. They threaten students and force them to show their hands. Sugang announces that if the masked person doesn't come forward, everyone will be punished one by one. Meanwhile, Kyung calls Simin and tells her the good news. She will soon become a permanent teacher. Simin feels happy. At the same time, Sugang's friends report back. They checked every student's hands. No one has the mark. Hearing this, Sugang becomes even angrier. Just then, Sugang notices Simin walking somewhere in the hallway. A few students are about to bump into her, but Simin avoids them easily. The movement is clean. The timing is perfect. Exactly the same way she dodged Sugang's punches. Seeing this, Sugang understands everything. The cat mask hero was Simin. Later, when Simin is alone in a room, Sugang comes to her. He tells her that she is the cat hero. He says he already knows. He notices the mark on her hand and says that everything is clear now. He admits that earlier, he thought she saved him from getting stabbed, but now he understands the truth. She saved Jinong. Because if Jinong had stabbed him, Jinong would have been arrested. Simin tries to run, but Sugang grabs her. He covers her face and is about to hit her. Then his eyes fall on the school's annual festival poster. Looking at it, Sugang stops. He tells her they will have one last match. On the festival day, in the school gym, he says only one of them will walk out. He threatens her. If she does not show up, he will play the video in front of the whole school, the one where Jinong is holding a knife. Simin asks him what kind of person he is. Does he feel no regret at all? Sugang replies that people like her and Jinong are trash to him, like worms crawling in a dirty drain. From outside, Kyung sees everything. After some time, Simin leaves. She goes to her class, but Jinong is not there. Later, she finds out that Jinong is transferring to another school. Simin takes his address and goes to his house. There, she meets the kimbap-selling old woman. That's when she learns the truth. The old woman is Jinong's grandmother. She begs Simin for help. She explains that Jinong gets bullied to protect her. That day, when Sugang and his friends were harassing her, Jinong stepped in. He was not strong. He could not fight back. Sugang made a deal. They would leave the grandmother alone, only if Jinong let himself get beaten every day. Jinong accepted. Since then, he has been Sugang's target. The grandmother hands Simin some kimbap and asks her to please save her grandson. After that, Simin sees Jinong standing at the edge of a building. She apologizes to him. She reminds him that he came to her for help. This time, she promises she will help him no matter what. She holds him so he cannot jump. Then she tells him that they will fight the bullies together. She asks him to come to the festival the next day. The festival day arrives. A huge poster is displayed. Cat Mask Hero vs Sugang. Seeing this, Bongjin tells everyone that the Cat Mask Hero will pull them out of darkness. He starts handing out cat masks. Soon, The crowd turns into supporters of the masked hero. Seemin's father and his friend come to support her. Bongjin tells Seemin that he made all those masks. He says he wants to support her. He also admits that he was once Sugang's main target, before Jinong. That is why he understands Jinong's pain. The festival begins. Sugang prepares for the fight. He looks excited. Seemin still hesitates. But the crowd keeps waiting for the cat hero. Then she sees a girl wearing a cat mask. In that moment, she sees herself. She realizes there is no running away now. Seemin gets ready. She puts on the mask. Sugang is already in the ring. Seemin walks toward it. On the way, she meets Bongjin and Jinong. Then Seemin steps into the boxing ring. People start taking photos. They cheer for the cat hero. The fight begins. Inside the ring, Sugang is very strong. He beats Seemin badly. Seemin's father, Young, and others who know the truth start worrying. During the fight, Seemin's hair comes loose. Everyone realizes the masked hero is a woman. Sugang keeps hitting her. But the crowd keeps cheering for Seemin. Hearing the crowd, Seemin fights back. She hits Sugang hard. She weakens him with a powerful kick to the face. After landing the blows, Seemin removes her mask in front of everyone. The crowd is shocked. The cat hero is teacher Seemin, but no one backs down. Instead, the crowd chants her name louder and tells her to defeat Sugang. Then Seemin goes into full boxing mode and starts beating Sugang hard. The school dean rushes in to stop the fight, but he slips, falls down and passes out. After that, Seemin knocks Sugang out of the ring. She forces him down on his knees and tells him to apologize to Jinong. Sugang still refuses. Jinong steps forward and says he does not need Sugang's apology. He tells him that he already lost everything. Saying this, Jinong walks away. Seemin also turns to leave. But Sugang suddenly attacks her again. This time, Seemin lands one final kick and knocks him unconscious. After everything ends, Jinong gathers courage and files an official complaint against Sugang. At the same time, Mingkyu, who was part of Sugang's group, steps forward. It turns out she stayed with Sugang on purpose. She secretly recorded all his crimes as evidence. Mingkyu hands the videos to the police. With clear evidence, Sugang is arrested. He admits to his crimes, but still refuses to apologize. Later, Seemin starts training people at her father's gym. This time, she teaches dance. After that, Seemin applies for a teaching job at a new school. Even there, a student had taken their own life recently. Just then, a girl walks out of a car. Her attitude looks exactly like a bully. Seemin gives her interview. She still carries her cat mask with her. This shows she is still ready to stand up against bullies. And with that, the story comes to an end. This is Jennifer signing off. See you in the next video.